welcome to the Squirrel Tale. On this video, I'm going to be showing you how to turn a busted up horn into a Christmas ornament. With Christmas right around the corner, I figured this would be an interesting project. Now, as you can see here, I have a horn that has definitely seen better days. And clearly its usability as trying to make a powder horn or a blowing horn is pretty much not there. So I figured let's try to make a Christmas ornament. And this would also be a chance to practice both flattening horn and engraving. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lay out where I want the ornament to be. And I'm thinking this section here would be my best bet. So I am going to attempt to cut that out. I'm going to take hacksaw or bone saw and step one would be to cut the material out. So I cut the one section off, and now I'm going to do, I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm going to try to do a vertical cut. So, okay. I got a little section here. So the next thing I want to do is try to make this flat. Now to do this, I'm just going to heat her up, squeeze in the vise with these wood jaws, at least to get it started. I'm going to plug in my heat gun. And I'm going to heat up the horn. And now what? Again, I'll let that cool off. So now that's not perfect, but I think for what I'm doing, this should actually work. So I got a piece of horn. It's fairly flat. I am going to do a little bit of cleanup work, mainly just enough to draw the design. So to do that, I'm going to kind of prop it on the vise and take a rasp. I don't need to go hog wild. I mainly just want enough to draw what I'm going to cut out. So the other tool I'm going to use is just a utility knife. I'm going to scrape it. So now that I got it cleaned up a bit, I'm going to draw my design. Now, at least the outside of my design. Now, I'm planning on doing a nativity. And it's going to hang So it's relatively simple. I just need the outside profile of it. That should work. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut it out on the scroll saw. Now you could easily do this with a hacksaw or a coping saw, but I have a scroll saw, so I'm going to cheat and use it. And now a few things. I would definitely start on the slower side, and I would use a fairly fine blade. Let's see how it comes out. So, doesn't look too bad. I guess the next thing to do would be to straighten up some of those edges, which is relatively easily. I'm going to come over here to the vise, take a file. Now, I would like to get this horn a little bit flatter now that it's rough to shape. So I'm going to again heat it with the heat gun, and this time I'm going to try the arbor press. So now that I got it fairly flat, I'm going to continue to flatten it out using a rasp. Now, I have this big rasp here. I'm just going to put it right in the vise. So after you do a good scraping, the next thing to do is to drill out the hole for a string. So I'm going to first mark it, and then I'm going to take a utility knife and spin it around like this. That way I have a space for the hole to go, and drill it out. Easy as that. Now, after that, I'm now going to work it down with sandpaper just to try to smooth it up a little bit. I'll start with fairly coarse, this is 150, and work my way down to around 350, 400. Just kind of like this. So, once you have it sanded, the next thing that you're now ready to engrave. Now, I'm going to engrave one of the things about being flat and having a hole is you have a good way to hold it. So I have this scrap board and a tack. And I'm going to tack it down in. Just enough to kind of keep her stable. And then I'm going to take a sharp pencil. I'm going to start drawing the design. Now I'm going to do the classic manger scene. So once you get your drawing the way you want it, it's time to engrave it. Now, the proper engraving tool is something that is kind of something that I myself have not decided. But I really like this one, which I want to say at night, the Coulter Precision. I was recommended this by Gus Tabor, horn maker. He's a really talented engraver, and told me to check this out, and I seem to like it. So basically, I'm going to take this like a pencil and just come along my design. So I'll just go over all the lines with the permanent Sharpie. I think that's pretty good. And now I'm going to take some steel wool. I think I'm going to have to pull that tack. So, now that I got this side pretty much done, I am going on the other side to do a Bible verse. And it's Luke chapter 2, verse 11. I'm going to write that on there and engrave it. So, now I got that verse written down. I am going to engrave it. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some temporary string through it. This won't be the final ribbon, but just some common twine, pretty much. And then this isn't quite the second to last thing. Then I'm going to take a real light coating of linseed oil. I think it helps preserve the horn. If you think I'm wrong, please comment, but helps the horn from splitting and maybe bug damage, possibly. Try to get the edges. You don't want it to delaminate. I'm going to go crazy with this. I'm even going to go back through and lightly take some off with a dry towel. And then I'm going to go hang this up in the house, not on the tree yet, but someplace where, because with linseed oil you don't want to risk a fire hazard, but somewhere that it can dry overnight. Step is to get rid of that temporary piece of string and put in a piece of ribbon. So you just weave the ribbon through the hole. I mean, you can hang it with a temporary piece of string, but a little golden ribbon I think looks nice. There you go. It's ready to go on the tree or to be given as a gift. Thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and have a good day, and make sure to like and subscribe.